What was the page that I stopped at the last video? I don't remember. Let's see. I think it was page number 50. 50. No, 51. No, 50. It's the page. It's the page about the elements of sub-elements of method, according Richards and Rogers. 1986. Okay, it's the page. We just gonna try to read this text here. We have a kind of structure, and so on the top of the page, method. You can see here method. I don't know if my camera is are showing this, and so let's try to read here in this channel. I just trying to learning to learning English, and so I'm doing this, trying reading in English, because you can learn English reading in English, or speaking in English, or writing in English, or listening in English. And so when I record the video, I just reading. I know it's not enough to improve English, but I think it's something important too. When I try to read something here, I try to speak too, but it's not easy for me because I don't speak English, because I don't use this language in my day. In my opinion, it's very necessary if you want to improve some language, and some language, Spanish or Portuguese from Brazil, or English or Italian or German or what else. It's very important you use this language, but in my case I just use when I record this video. And so I think the key for improve to or develop the language, if you don't use in your day, is try to reading something, or speak something, or listen something, or writing something. The four skills of communication. And so let's read for the video today. In the final video, I'm gonna try to reading something in another languages: Spanish, Italian, and German. But my focus here is just English, because for me it's much more important than another languages. Method. We have here approach, design, and procedure. Let's see the approach. Letter A, about approach. Letter A, a theory of a native language. An account of the nature of language proficiency. An account of the basic units of language structure. Letter B, a theory of the nature of language learning. An account of the physical, linguistic, and cognitive process involved in a language learning. An account of the conditions that allow for a successful use of this process. It's the ideas about approach. Now we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points about design. Here in the base of this idea, it's the 3 points, or the 3 parts that are compound the idea of method. Method, it's about approach, it's about design, it's about procedure. Let's read something about design, the second part of method. Design. The general and specific objectives of the method. A syllabus model. Criteria for the selection and organization of linguistic and oral subject matter content. Types of learning and teaching activities, kinds of tasks and practice activities to be employed in the classroom and the materials. Number 4. Learner roles. Types of learning tasks set for learners. degree of control learners have over the content of learning, patterns of learning grouping that are recommended or implied, degree to which learners influence the learning of others, the view of the learners as a processor, performer, initiator, problem solver. It's so difficult to, I don't know, English is very difficult, it's not easy. We have to be honest. It's difficult because we don't use, it's not normal for us. My native language is Portuguese, but for us it's difficult. Let's the 5 point. Teacher roles, types of functions teachers fulfill, degree of teachers influence over learning, degree to which teacher determines the content of learning, types of interaction between teachers and learners. 6 point, the last one, about the role of instructional materials. Primary function of a material, the form of material take, a text, book, audio, visual, relation of material to other input, assumption made about the teachers and other learners. Okay, it's the characteristics or ideas about design. About approach is the first one, the second one design, and the third one procedure, the third part of method. Procedure, a classroom techniques, practices, and behaviors observed when the method is used. Research is in a term of time, space, and equipment used by the teacher. Interactional pattern observed in lesson tactics and strategies used by teachers and learners when the method is being used. Okay, now I'm gonna try to read this again, but not all the text because I think it's a lot of, and I think we don't have time to record this in this video, but I just try to read very fast. Not important for me if I'm wrong a lot. I just gonna try to read this very fast, okay? The points, for example, the text is about the elements of sub-elements of the method. We have 3 parts: approach, design, and procedure. When we have topics, 2 topics from approach and 6 topics from design, and 1 topic from procedure. But the title, not the text, not the full text, just the title. Let's try. Elements and a sub. Oh, sorry, it's difficult. No problem. Let's try again. Elements and sub-elements of method, approach, design, and procedure. A theory of natural language and a theory of nature of language learning. Thus, general and specific objectives of method, syllables and model, types of learning and teaching activities, learner roles, teacher roles, the role of instructional materials, classroom techniques, practices, and behaviors observed when the method is used. Okay, for me it's enough for today. Just practice this kind of in English. The next week, the next video, I'm gonna try to read let's continue the reading from this point. Okay. Okay, let's try to read something in Italian now. Let's show you the book that I used here, Teaching by Principles. Sorry, I forgot. An interactive and approach to language pedagogy. It's an important book that I use in the university about the metodologia do ensino da língua inglesa. How can I say this in English? Methodology of learning of English, I don't know. And so here we have the chapter 4, a methodical history of language teaching here. And so here we have a lot of methods, very nice. It's the book, okay? It's my focus here. Now I'm gonna try to read something in another language, but it's not important for me because I'm never gonna, I don't intend to use Italian, I don't intend to use Spanish or German, just want to read something, just to a kind of strategy to unlock the ability to use the languages. Okay, I think it's good for improve the English. I can't explain this. I just think it's nice. Okay. Multimodal. Parliamo la nostra lingua. It's the name of the book. It's an old book. a special book because I like the color, I like the structure of the book, and I really love this picture here. We have here the Florence. Florence, it's a city in Italy, and so I went there in 2014, and I remember. And here we have the chapter 1, capitolo 1, la grammatica e l'uso parte, about the subpart, grammatica, lessico, ortoepia, ortografia, morfologia, sintasse. Today we're gonna read about sintasse. Sintasse vinha trarti su nelle tessi ancora brillavant foglie le rossignante tinte varie. Lese vinha sui trarti anco tessi brillavant le foglie rossignante a varie tinte. Alessandro Manzoni. It's a kind of sentence. Confrontando i due scritti ci rendiamo conto che si tratta dello stesso passo. L'unica ma fondamentale differenza è che nel primo le parole si ripresentano senza un ordine preciso e di conseguenza il discorso risulta privo di significato. Nel secondo invece le parole disposte con ordine logico esprimono un pensiero. La parte della grammatica che regola la disposizione delle parole secondo un ordine logico si chiama sintassi. Ed ecco la sintesi. Grammatica, arte di parlare e scrivere correttamente. Let's try to see some kind of revision here, okay? About grammar, phonology, morphology, syntax, orthoepia, ortografia. How can I say this in English? I don't know. Grammatica, arte di parlare e scrivere correttamente. Fonologia, scienza dei suoni. Morfologia, studio della forma. Sintassi, it's about this in this video. Studio della disposizione delle parole nel discorso. Ortoepia, esatta pronuncia. Ortografia, corretta scrittura. And so here we have the differences between grammatica, the art of speak and write correctly, phonology, science of the sound science, morphology, study of the form of word, sintassi, studio della disposizione della parola nel discorso, the study of the position of the word in the sentence, I think, or the speech. And ortoepia, esatta pronuncia, it's about the pronunciation, okay? And ortografia, corretta scrittura. Ortografia, the correct writing. And so, next video, I'm gonna continue from this part here. Let's try to read something in Spanish. The page, I don't remember. I never remember, but I think it's the page number 15. Here we have just images. This book, it's an old book. The Spanish by Images, it's the book, okay? Very old book. But I like this collection, very nice, because we have the images here, and we have a phonetic transcription here, and the final of the page. And so let's just read the page number 15. Es la mano del hombre, es su mano. Es una mano, es la mano de la mujer, es su mano. Es el sombrero del hombre, el hombre tiene su sombrero en la cabeza. Ahora tiene su sombrero en las dos manos. Es el sombrero de la mujer, ella tiene su sombrero en la cabeza. Ahora tiene su sombrero en las dos manos. Let's repeat this very fast if I want, if we can. Let's try. Es una mano, es la mano del hombre, es su mano. El sombrero del hombre, el sombrero tiene su sombrero en la cabeza. Ahora tiene su sombrero en las manos. Es una mano, es la mano de la mujer, es su mano, es el sombrero de la mujer, ella tiene su sombrero en la cabeza. Ahora, this sound we don't have in Portuguese. Ahora tiene su sombrero en las dos manos. Okay, I think it's so... No, it's not enough. Let's try here. Soy una mujer, tengo un sombrero y mi sombrero. Tomaré el sombrero de la mesa. Tomo el sombrero en la mesa. Tomé el sombrero ahora. Tengo el sombrero en las dos manos. Let's try this. Read this very fast for me. Soy una mujer, tengo un sombrero y mi sombrero. Tomaré el sombrero de la mesa. Tomaré el sombrero de la mesa. Tomé el sombrero ahora. Tengo el sombrero en las dos manos. Dos manos. We have a lot of pictures here. Very nice to practice. Okay, nice. The next video we're gonna proceed, or we're gonna continue from this page 15, page 15 and 16. Next video 17. And now let's try to read something in German. This book, it's the same collection here. We have the German by images here. And so the idea, it's the same idea. This collection is very nice because we have the English by images, the German by images, the French by images, and Spanish by images. It's the collection. Very nice. And so, what were the page? I don't remember. Oh, okay, about the vowels. But here I have to say something in Portuguese because in German we have 21 vowels. It's incredible. In the last video, I'm talking about the vowels, the A, man, a breve como em fato, a breve como em fato, a, man, carte. Então é um A breve como em fato, man, carte. Agora um A longo como em sala, Wagen, var. Beleza, então isto foi do vídeo passado, das vogais, né? Mas apenas as vogais, como são muitas, meu Deus, cara, 21 vogais, velho, nunca vi isso aí. Em português acho que são 5 ou 7, né? Tá bom, deixa eu ver se eu continuo o vídeo e gravo as vogais com a letra E. Não, vou ficar na letra A mesmo. Cara, eu vou ficar muito tempo no alemão aqui, só pra sair das vogais, velho. A breve, então vamos repetir isso aqui pra finalizar o vídeo. To end this video. A breve como em fato. Fato, um A breve. E A longo como em sala. É a sutil diferença, nem eu consigo perceber, mas ó. Sala, é longo, é um A longo. E fato, short, é curto. Então, estas duas vogais do alemão são man, é um A breve como em fato, e cart, A breve como em fato. Agora, um A longo como em sala, Wagen, var. Okay, I think it's enough for today. In the next video, I'm gonna talk about in English and in Spanish and in German and in Italian too. Thank you for watching this video. If you want, you can watch the last video that I'm record about